Okay, it looks to me like we may be a minute or so behind schedule, so if I can get everybody's attention, Sean, you want to have a word of prayer?
Heavenly Father, thank you on behalf of all who are gathered here tonight. Thank you for your many and abundant blessings. Thank you for life itself, for the measure of health we need to fulfill our callings, for sustenance and for friendship. Thank you for the ability to be involved in useful work and for the honor of bearing appropriate responsibilities. Thank you as well for the freedom to embrace you or the freedom to reject you. Thank you for loving us even so from your boundless and gracious nature. Tonight, Father, I pray for our mayor, for city staff, for this council. I am asking that you would graciously grant us wisdom to govern amid the conflicting interests and issues of our times. Grant us a sense of the welfare and true needs of our citizens. Grant us a keen thirst for justice and rightness. Grant us confidence in what is good and fitting. Grant us the ability to work together in harmony even when there is honest disagreement. And grant us a personal peace in our lives and a joy in our task. I pray for the agenda set before us tonight. Please give us an assurance of what would please you and what would benefit those who live and work in and around our beloved city of Jefferson. It is in your most blessed name I pray. Amen.
Join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
The meeting will come to order. Roll call, please.
Branch.
Here.
Bray.
Here.
Graham.
Here.
Henry.
Here.
Hussey.
Here.
Mihalovich. Prather.
Here.
Schulte.
Here.
Scribner.
Here.
Turgeon.
Okay, we have a quorum. I'd entertain a motion to adopt the agenda as printed.
So moved.
Second. We've got a motion and a second. All in favor, please make known by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The agenda is adopted. We have no public hearing tonight. Minutes and reports received and filed. Animal Control Section report for January 2014. Facade Improvements Committee, August 6, 2013. Public Safety Committee, October 31st, 2013. Police Personnel Board, December 5th, 2013. Code Contact Issue Report for January 2014. Board of Adjustment, January 14, 2014. Historic Preservation Commission, January 14, 2014. Parks and Recreation Commission, January 10 and January 14, 2014. We'll ask for committee reports. Ms. Turgeon is not here tonight. Who's the vice chair of that committee? Would you want to report, please, Larry?
Thank you, Mayor Pro Temp, President Pro Temp. Last administration meeting, we discussed resolutions. Councilman Bray was there, had some thoughts on resolutions. We also moved forward the Lincoln University JCTV contract. I think that was basically the gist of the meeting. Our next meeting will be Wednesday, March the 5th.
Thank you, Councilman Henry. Finance Committee report, Mr. Schulte.
Thank you. The Finance Committee has not met since our last council meeting. However, we did receive the February 1% sales tax, and a bit of good news this month. Receipts were $789,000, which is $86,000 more than projected for February. So year-to-date, January through February, our overage is $63,000. Also, we received the report on the half-cent capital improvement tax. Receipts for February, $394,000, which was $83,000 above projections. So year-to-date, we're ahead $26,006 in capital improvement sales tax. The next Finance Committee meeting is next Tuesday, February 25th, 7:30 a.m. across the hall. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Schulte. Any questions for Mr. Schulte? Public Safety Committee, Mr. Prather.
Thank you, Mr. President. The Public Safety Committee has not met since the last council meeting. Our next meeting will be held Thursday, February 27th, across the hall at 7:30.
Okay, thank you. And Public Works and Planning Committee, I'm the chair of that committee. We've not met since the last council meeting. We are scheduled to meet Thursday, February 20th, across the hall at 7:30 a.m. We do have 5 agenda items that are fairly significant. We've been discussing a Building Code Construction Commission. It's past meetings that will be on the agenda again. Capital Improvement Sales Tax Work Plan, a Wastewater Capital Improvement Sales Tax Work Plan, Street Chemicals and Snow Fighting Update, and Transit Bus Replacement Schedule. Thank you. Any questions? Parks and Recreation Commission report. Councilman Schulte.
Thank you. The Parks and Recreation Commission met on February the 18th. Mr. Betts and myself reported to the Commission on the various sources of revenue for general fund, and we talked about a forecasting model that the Finance Department is working on that will be introduced at the next Finance Committee meeting that I'm excited to for Bill to make that presentation to the Finance Committee. Mr. Lockwood gave the Commission an update on the multipurpose building. The architect is working on schematic design with associated cost estimates. Mr. Lockwood provided the Commission with a recap of the capital improvements plan. The recap included available funds balance from sales tax D, E, and F and planned projects respectively. The Commission authorized the purchase of a medium-duty truck to be used in the maintenance department. Also, the new program guide is out and being distributed. This covers the period of February through July 2014. So if you haven't picked up a copy of that, there's some available out in the lobby. And also, it's my understanding that the Parks Department has distributed those to the kiddos at the school systems to take home. Also, I'd like to invite everyone to the 52nd Annual Ice Show Into the Wild. Performances will include a variety of spotlights and group numbers given by participants of the Park and Rec's lesson program and members of the Jefferson City Figure Skating Club. Into the Wild will be presented at 7 p.m. on Friday, February 28th and Saturday, March 1st. There will also be a matinee performance at 2:30 p.m. Sunday, March 2nd. Tickets are available at the Ice Arena or the Parks Department in the City Annex. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Schulte. Any questions for Mr. Schulte? Any other liaison or committee reports or updates? Okay, we'll move on to appointments by the mayor, item number 8. You have a list there, Housing Authority Board, Donna White and Penny Rector, Historic Preservation Commission, Art Hernandez, Police Personnel Board, Rick Dirks and George Mincy, Electrical Board, Chris Brimmer, Facade Improvement Committee, Jim Wish, Cultural Arts Commission, Debbie Brunner. Do I have a motion to accept?
Second.
Second.
We've got a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion? This is a voice vote, right, Counselor? All in favor, please make known by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right. The group is accepted as presented. Number 9, presentations from staff, consultants, and invited guests. Jamie Abbott has a presentation for us on MSP mitigation.
Good evening, everyone. I'm here tonight to provide a status update to the Missouri State Penitentiary for the demolition and redevelopment. In 2010, the city was awarded a state community development block grant in the amount of $2,183,100 for the purpose of the demolition of blighted structures on the site of the old Missouri State Penitentiary, which is all in accordance with the MSP master plan. An intergovernmental agreement was signed on April 28, 2010 between the City of Jefferson and the Office of Administration. During 2013, Phase A of the demolition was completed, which included 11 structures at a cost of approximately $1 million. These 11 structures up there on the map is cited in orange. The buildings included the chapel, the upper floor of the education building, canteen, slaughterhouse, a storage building, outside warehouse, planning unit warehouse, boiler house slab, a fuel tank slab, and demolition repair to housing unit 1, the front wall and the corridor area. Phase B of the demolition went to bid in December of 2013. The bid included demolition of 12 structures with an anticipated completion date of August 2014. The Office of Administration has estimated that this phase to cost approximately $1.1 million. The contract is in process of being awarded pending bond and insurance verification. Phase B demolition process is cited in the areas in yellow. These buildings include the diesel plant, power plant, I-Hall, chemical products, the inside warehouse, furniture factory, license plate factory, M&M building, the panel factory, housing unit 1A, which includes the corridor office, assembly room, kitchen and dining room, and then 2 sewer buildings on the outskirts of the wall on Chestnut Street. Finally, in accordance with the programmatic agreement among the Office of Administration, the City of Jefferson, Cole County, and the State Historic Preservation Office, a contract was awarded in November 2013 to the Lewis Berger Group to complete the preparation of a nomination to the National Register of the Historic Places. The nomination is on track for its first submittal to the State Historic Preservation Office for December of 2014. Once it's approved by the State Historic Preservation Office, then the nomination will go before the Missouri Advisory Council for further consideration. Right now I can take any questions about the demolition process for the grant from the state of Missouri for the CDBG block grant program.
Any questions? Yes, Mr. Bray.
The nomination, what buildings will be included in the nomination?
It will include all the previously identified contributing buildings. So currently the Office of Administration has been doing HABS Level 2 work for all the photographs for all the buildings that have been previously demolished. So essentially it's going to be all the buildings within the corridor of the walls of the MSP.
Thank you.
Any further questions? Okay. Thank you,
Thank you.
Jamie. Appreciate it. Announcements by Mayor, Council, and staff. I believe, Drew, you have an announcement?
Yes, thank you, Mr. President. I wanted to introduce you all to Dave Treese. If you want to stand up, Dave. I understand he's taken over Missouri American Water, kind of the Gilbert Cole position. It might be reorganized a little bit here and there. And I think came to us from St. Louis. Is that right?
Yes,
All right, I don't know if you'd wanted to come up and say hello to the council or not. And you're here full time now? There was a transition period where...
There was a transition period. I am here full-time now, barring any meetings back in St. Louis, a little bit of running. I'm in the process of bringing my family out here to mid-Missouri and looking forward to it. I did bring a couple of my staff members that are also new to our office, just so we can get familiar with everyone. Look forward to working with the City of Jefferson.
Great. So I assume you're going to locate in the 3rd Ward?
I was just about to say that. 4th Ward is a great place to live.
I think it depends on the house that my wife approves of, so we'll see.
We all understand that. Okay, well, it's very nice to meet you. Any comments or questions? Or we'd certainly want to welcome you to Jefferson City and look forward to working with you.
Thank you very
Provide
much.
Great service for people in Jefferson City.
We look forward to it. Thank you.
Thank you.
And you don't feel obligated that you have to stick around for the meeting, but you're welcome to if you like.
We'll hang around a little
All
bit.
right.
Thank you.
Something just occurred to me. I really wasn't prepared to make this announcement, but it occurred to me that we're not going to have another meeting before the end of the month, and at least not a council meeting where we can reach this many people. I wanted to remind everyone that the City of Jefferson has an employee that's recovering from a very severe injuries from an accident, Catherine O'Neill, and the city employees have put together a fundraiser for her. She's going to have some pretty significant bills related to her recovery, and the employees have already contributed to a fund, but they're also going to have a spaghetti dinner as a fundraiser. And I don't know, someone else might have been going to make this announcement, but if I'm usurping you, I apologize. But on February the 28th, from 5 to 8 p.m. at McClung Park, they're going to have a spaghetti dinner. And I would invite anyone from the community that wants to have spaghetti dinner and come out and contribute to a good cause to join us on that Friday evening. And the tickets are available here at City Hall. Are they available anyplace else? You can get them at the door, but I don't know if they're any less in advance. Can you help me out, Janice?
If anybody wants to contact us at 634-6410, we'll make sure they get a ticket.
634-6410.
Yes.
For tickets. Okay, sounds very good. So I just thought this might be an appropriate time to make that announcement. We might make it again at the end of the meeting. So, anyway, anyone else have any other announcements or comments? Okay, thank you. We have no one signed up as a presentation from the gallery, so we'll go to the consent agenda. On the agenda is minutes of City Council meetings February 3rd, 2014, grant acceptance for HIDTA DEA equipment of $10,133, grant acceptance of DEA overtime $16,870.67, grant acceptance for MoDOT moving violations enforcement overtime $18,258.60, and grant acceptance for MoDOT DWI enforcement overtime $22,626.33. Do I have a motion to approve the consent agenda?
So move.
We've got a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor, please say aye. Aye. And any opposed? Passes. Bills over 50,000, there are none. Or bids over 50,000, there are none. Bills introduced. Item 14. Bill number 2013-141, amending code pertaining to yard waste open burning season. Mr. Turner.
An ordinance of the City of Jefferson, Missouri, amending Chapter 13, Fire Prevention and Protection, Section 13-43, Amendments, Deletions, and Insertions, Subsection 7 of the Code of the City of Jefferson pertaining to the 2009 International Fire Code Regulation for Yard Waste Open Burning Season.
I was going to leave you out.
No.
Mr. Turner.
Thank you, sir. As many of you know, we've had a request throughout the number of burn seasons to modify the burning season. And during some studies after this last year, one of the things that we found was it would be more appropriate for us to move the starting season of burning season to November 1st and ending it March 1st. If this bill is approved, this wouldn't take effect until next burning season.
Okay, so this fall, November 1st this fall, correct?
That is correct.
Okay. Any other questions for Mr. Turner? Okay. Bill 2013-142.
An ordinance of the City of Jefferson, Missouri, authorizing the mayor and city clerk to execute a cost-share agreement with the Federal Aviation Administration for the purpose of providing air traffic control services at the Jefferson City Memorial Airport.
Mr. Moresh.
Thank you. As clerk indicated, this is a cost-share agreement with FAA. Its purpose is to help us pay for a portion of the contract with our service that manages our tower at the airport. The city share of that service is 18%, is calculated by FAA, and their share is 82%, and so they'll be paying us $7,000 a month to help us with that issue. This is really a follow-up to our agreement. We've already contracted with the tower company, and this is backdated to start in October of 2013.
Quick question, how does that compare, that dollar amount compare to what we budgeted and what we projected we'd be receiving?
I don't know the exact term, but I believe it's
Pretty close.
within line with the budget, yes.
Okay, thank you. Any other questions for Mr. Marash? Okay, 2013-143.
An ordinance of the City of Jefferson, Missouri, authorizing the mayor and city clerk to execute an agreement with Lincoln University for JCTV cable access services.
Mr. Hilbert.
Thank you, Mr. President. This is a contract with Lincoln to extend our agreement for the broadcasting on JCTV. The contract is amended to the $55,000 amount that was put in this year's budget. It resolves the issue of the equipment in City Hall would belong to the city. JCTV, Lincoln would also take on the responsibility of actually doing the streaming work, so that can bring Bill Betts forward here to answer more questions more easily. Lincoln would agree to broadcast all regular city council meetings, all planning and zoning meetings, and then any other special events upon no less than 7 days' notice. There's a termination clause. The regular termination clause is 90 days. However, if we fail to appropriate enough money in the budget, then it would terminate. We could terminate it upon 30 days. I think that kind of covers the highlights. Lincoln has already signed and is agreeable to this, with the understanding they'll be paid for the entire year, despite the fact this contract won't be signed by us until now. Happy to answer any questions.
Okay, so any questions? Okay. We'll move on then to bills pending. 23rd. I'm sorry.
Thank you. I just wanted to mention, too, I know I came in late, and as I was coming in, Ruthie Sturtevant is here from Lincoln University as well. She's not intending to speak, but if there's any questions, she is. I just happened to see her as I walked in late, so I just wanted to mention that she is here tonight as well, and we'll probably be here in 2 weeks if there's any further questions for her. Thank you.
Thank you. Any additional questions? Okay, then bills pending, 2013-133.
An ordinance of the City of Jefferson, Missouri, amending the 2013-2014 budget of the City of Jefferson, Missouri by appropriating additional funds within the general fund.
Okay, Mr. Marash.
Thank you. Yes, this bill would basically appropriate $100,000 additional to help us buy additional street chemicals or salt, basically, for our street department. Obviously, everybody knows what kind of winter we've had, and we've already purchased those materials through other funds, but this will replace our material money that we utilize to purchase the chemicals.
Okay. Any questions for Mr. Marash? Mr. Henry.
And actually, this question may be for Drew. Drew, how does this affect the current budget?
That would take money out of the reserve fund and put it into this account.
Okay.
So it would reduce, I think it's, actually Councilman Schulte might remember, is it 3.6 now, 3.5? And the supplemental would reduce, we would reduce that by $100,000.
Okay.
As of right now, 3.8. No, 3.6.
3.6, okay. Any further questions? If not, roll call, please.
Branch.
Aye.
Bray.
Aye.
Graham.
Aye.
Henry.
Aye.
Hussey.
Aye.
Prather.
Aye.
Schulte.
Aye.
Scrivener.
Aye.
Turgeon.
Aye.
Okay, the bill passes. 213-134.
An ordinance of the City of Jefferson, Missouri, authorizing the mayor and city clerk to execute an agreement with Stockman Construction Corporation for the Shell Ridge Stormwater and various sanitary sewer improvements project.
Mr. Marash.
Thank you. As clerk indicated, this is a construction contract. It's with Stockman Construction. Basically, it's a stormwater and a sanitary sewer contract. They were the low bid. In Shell Ridge, we'll be replacing crossroad pipes and inlets in about 3 locations. And then we have 3 locations we'll be doing some sanitary sewer work, and one's in Covington, another along Greenberry, another along Rose View. The stormwater portion's just over $168,000, and the sanitary sewer portion's just over $188,000. Happy to answer any questions.
I presume the sewer funds come from the...
Yeah, they're split between sales tax for stormwater and wastewater funds for the
so
sanitary
stormwater
sewer.
will be sales tax?
Sales tax.
Okay.
Our current sales tax.
Current sales tax. Okay. Any other questions? Yes, sir, Mr.
Matt, what did you say was taking place in Covington Gardens?
There's some sanitary sewer repair work.
Sanitary sewer replacement work? Okay. Thank you.
Any other questions? Roll call, please.
Bray.
Aye.
Graham.
Aye.
Henry.
Aye.
Hussey.
Aye.
Prather.
Aye.
Schulte.
Aye.
Scrivener.
Aye.
Turgeon.
Aye.
Branch.
Aye. The bill passes. 2013-135.
An ordinance of the City of Jefferson, Missouri, amending the 2013-2014 budget of the City of Jefferson, Missouri Transit Fund to recognize the proceeds of the sale of buses for the purpose of purchasing a new paratransit bus.
Mr. Morash.
Thank you. Again, as the clerk indicated, we're recognizing some funds here by use of a budget amendment, but basically the council recently approved the sale of 3 surplus paratransit buses. The receipts from those sales was $17,620.95. We would utilize that towards, by doing this, MoDOT has indicated we may keep those funds if we purchase another paratransit bus with them. So we would utilize those towards purchase of another bus. The matching would come from the city side on the sales tax for transit. If we didn't get any other money, that'd be about a $45,000 add from our sales tax. The buses are around $60,000, give or take. But it's our hope to surplus another bus when this one is ordered late in the fall and utilize those proceeds for this as well.
Okay. Any questions for Mr. Morash? Roll call, please.
Graham.
Aye.
Henry.
Aye.
Hussey.
Aye.
Prather.
Aye.
Schulte.
Aye.
Scrivener.
Aye.
Turgeon.
Aye.
Branch.
Aye.
Bray.
Aye. Bill passes. 2013-136.
An ordinance of the City of Jefferson, Missouri vacating a portion of the South 10 Mile Drive right-of-way at Stone Ridge Parkway.
Mr. Morash.
And thank you. There is a substitute with this. I assume you want me to give a description?
There is a substitute. You want to go ahead?
I can give a short explanation.
Why don't we get the substitute? Do we have a motion to bring forth the substitute?
So moved.
All right, we've got a motion and a second to substitute. Any debate on that? That's a roll call.
You can do that by voice vote, actually.
Voice vote. Okay, then let's do that by voice vote. All in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? The substitute is now in place. Would you want to explain that to us, Mr. Morash?
Certainly. The bill in general will vacate some excess right-of-way along Stone Ridge Parkway. Basically, when the area was developed, the remnant right-of-way was all dedicated, or the remnant property was all dedicated as right-of-way. Since then, there's been the need maybe to look at additional signage in the area, and so the developer is asked to vacate back to a normal width right-of-way we would normally accept. One of the main thing the substitute does is clean up that description and also include a quit claim along with it, so that we make sure we cover all our interests there.
Okay. Any questions from Mr. Morash? Roll call, please.
Henry.
Aye.
Hussey.
Aye.
Prather.
Aye.
Schulte.
Aye.
Scrivener.
Aye.
Turgeon.
Aye.
Branch.
Aye.
Bray.
Aye.
Graham.
Aye.
Bill passes. 2013-137.
An ordinance of the City of Jefferson, Missouri, amending Section 19-401, Motor Vehicles in Traffic, Schedule J, Parking Prohibited, Subparagraph A of the Code of the City of Jefferson pertaining to Portobello Place Drive.
Mr. Morash.
Thank you. This bill would actually remove parking on one side of Portobello Place Drive. It's along the north side of that driveway, or that roadway. The width of the street would indicate parking should be only allowed on one side, so this was something we inherited as we annexed, and so we're catching up with our ordinances here. Actually, the request went through the Transportation and Traffic Commission so the area can be notified, and they recommended approval after their meeting.
Okay. Any questions for Mr. Moran? Mr. Gray.
Matt, I have 2 questions for you. One, if this passed, when will it take effect?
After passage of this ordinance, of course, the signs would have to go up to notify people, so you'd have to have a sign in place, really.
Will we notify the residents with a letter, or are we just going to put a sign up?
we'd put the sign up. They were notified as part of the TNT process.
So they're aware that this was coming?
They should be.
Okay. I just didn't want no surprises to them. They'd be
Well,
like,
now, that being said, some people, may have not acknowledged the letter, may not understood what it was, so you might get some calls. There's quite a possibility.
because I know this is in the 4th Ward, so this, I'm sure Councilwoman Carey and I will be receiving phone calls if this just goes up and they had no forewarning of this, so.
Okay. Any further questions? Roll call, please.
Hussey.
Aye.
Prather.
Aye.
Schulte.
Aye.
Scribner.
Aye.
Turgeon. Aye.
Branch.
Aye.
Bray.
Aye.
Graham.
Aye.
Henry.
Aye.
Bill passes. 2013-138.
An ordinance of the City of Jefferson, Missouri, authorizing the mayor and city clerk to execute an agreement with AOS for the Osage Beach Wireless Network project for the Central Missouri Regional Justice Information System.
And Chief, I believe.
Thank you, Mr. President. During the past 4 years, approximately, I've come before the council periodically requesting permission or the authority to expend funds as part of a 3-year federal grant program focusing on Central Missouri in an effort to improve our communications abilities. The City of Jefferson is the administrator of the grant, and so I am here before you tonight expressing the problem for Osage Beach Police Department. They have some dead spots, literally, along Highway 54 that prohibits them from adequately communicating through their mobile data terminals. This project, or this part of the project's gone before our executive board, the regional executive board, and the Public Safety Committee, recommending that AOS of Springfield be awarded $49,974.21 to fix that problem. Thank you.
Very good. Any questions for Chief Schrader? Roll call, please.
Prather.
Aye.
Schulte.
Aye.
Scribner.
Aye.
Turgeon.
Aye.
Branch.
Aye.
Bray.
Aye.
Graham.
Aye.
Henry.
Aye.
Hussey.
Aye.
And the bill passes. 2013-139.
An ordinance of the City of Jefferson, Missouri, amending the 2013-2014 budget of the City of Jefferson, Missouri by deleting the position of engineering supervisor within the personnel schedule of full-time positions.
Mr. Hilpert.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. This bill would eliminate the engineering supervisor position from the budget, and then it won't reoccur unless the council puts it back in. It was done as part of the reorganization in Public Works that we've talked about over the last couple months.
Are there any questions for Mr. Hilpert? Yes, sir. Mr. Graham.
Drew, so that's a savings of about how much with eliminating that supervisor position?
The position would have been about a $70,000 position with another, so 25, around a $90,000 savings. However, I always like to say that money wasn't in this year's budget, so as much as anything, it's a planning move for the future because it just won't reoccur.
Right. Thank you.
Any other questions for Mr. Hilpert? Roll call, please.
Schulte.
Aye.
Scribner.
Aye.
Turgeon.
Aye.
Branch.
Aye.
Bray.
Aye.
Graham.
Aye.
Henry.
Aye.
Hussey.
Aye.
Prather.
Aye. And the bill passes. 2013-140.
An ordinance of the City of Jefferson, Missouri, vacating Woodlawn Avenue right-of-way between Madison Street and Monroe Street with associated alleyways and easements.
And we do show a substitute bill 2013-140, so do I have a motion to substitute that bill?
So moved.
All right, we've got a motion, Mr. Schulte, second, Mr. Prather. Mr. Morash.
Thank you. The bill would basically do exactly what the clerk indicated, was vacate right-of-way and some alleyways of Woodlawn between Madison and Monroe Street. It's kind of following up our commitments to support Capital Region in their expansion of their hospital and their medical buildings. The substitute basically includes the description. Now we started the vacation announcement early without the description, just so we could get it in our process before they have their groundbreaking.
Okay, are there any questions for Mr. Morash? Roll call, please. I'm sorry?
We need to vote on the
Oh,
motion to
didn't we
accept.
take that vote yet? My mistake. Okay, then, we have a motion and a second, and we actually should have voted before I let you speak, Mr. Marash, but nonetheless, all in favor say aye. Aye. And are any opposed? The substitute has passed, so we'll be voting on the substitute. And now roll call, please.
Scrivener,
Aye.
Turgeon,
Aye.
Branch,
Aye.
Bray,
Aye.
Graham,
Aye.
Henry,
Aye.
Hussey,
Aye.
Prather,
Aye.
Schulte.
Aye.
Okay, and the substitute bill passes. We have an item on the informal calendar, and Mr. Mahalovich is not here tonight, and it's my understanding that it needs to stay on the informal anyway, so it will remain on the informal. Item 17, resolutions, RS 2013-48.
A resolution supporting a pay increase for state workers.
Okay, Mr. Helper.
Thank you, Mr. President. This would be a resolution wherein the council supports, encourages the state legislature and the governor to adopt a real and meaningful salary increase for all state employees to the extent that it can. The resolution recognizes that the state has many obligations and many issues to deal with, but also recognizes that we've got great workforce here. It's been many years since they've had a pay raise, and that a real and substantial raise for state workers would not only be a benefit to our employees, your constituents, but also a real boost to our local economy. Admin, of course, recognize there are questions about when this is appropriate and where it's appropriate. The ordinance came about primarily because there was a discussion in the media about a presentation from the governor that he had